Revolution Pro Wrestling is quickly approaching the OVO Arena, Wembley this August. This past Sunday at the Doncaster Dome, the shape of that show started to form with a hugely consequential night at the 2026 Revolution Rumble. First up in Doncaster, the undisputed British Cruiserweight title was on the line. Two friends facing off as Joe Lando took on El Capitan Leighton Buzzard. The match highly competitive, but contested in a sporting manner right up until the closing moments. Buzzard appeared to have re-injured the knee that kept him out of action for so many months just a year or so ago. But it turned out, shockingly, to all be a ruse. Then with the referee's back turned, a low blow from Buzzard to Lando, an evil smirk emerging on the face of El Capitan, and to a chorus of jeers from the Doncaster Dome, Buzzard becoming the new undisputed British Cruiserweight champion. The title matches kept on coming. Up next, the undisputed British women's title on the line. Alexis Falcon against the former champion Dani Luna. Luna had seemed unaffected by the efforts at mind games by Falcon in the build-up to the match. But just like anyone else who challenges Falcon, Luna had to contend with the underhanded tactics of the champion. And in the end, Falcon was too much for the challenger. Falcon knocking the legs away from under Dani Luna, causing her to lose balance, hitting the off with her head. 3 seconds later, Alexis Falcon hanging on to the undisputed British Women's Championship. Something of a dream match up next, featuring two of the men who are likely to be the future of professional wrestling for a long time to come. And in the case of Callum Newman, a man who is the here and now of pro wrestling, the youngest ever IWGP heavyweight champion with a homecoming to RevPro, taking on the futurist Leon Cage. Cage seemed completely undaunted by the occasion. In fact, he was enjoying being in there with one of the best on the planet right now in what was a fascinating contest in front of the Doncaster Dome fans. In the end, though, Newman just had a little too much for Leon Cage. He was able to hit the Prince's curse. 3 seconds later, Callum Newman, your winner. But Leon Cage did himself no harm whatsoever, even in defeat. Great performance from these two young men. There were so many RevPro wrestlers for whom Sunday in Doncaster was do or die, but none more so than the man who, after 7 years of hard work, finally got his first shot ever at the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. JJ Gale, winner of the 2026 Revolution Road Tournament, going one-on-one with the defending champion Jay Joshua. Joshua and Gale leaving absolutely everything in the ring with that title on the line. Gale went for a second Gale Force, got caught. A second screwdriver from Jay Joshua, and finally Joshua put his challenger down. Surely his day will come, but on Sunday the day belonged once more to Jay Joshua. Next, the undisputed British tag team titles on the line as the Young Guns continued in their efforts to hold on to those championships, headed into their historic showdown with FTR at our 14-year anniversary at Wembley. But in Doncaster, they were facing off against one of their friends in the youngest in charge, Leon Slater, whose coach, Liam Slater, had cashed in Leon's Trios Grand Prix trophy for a shot at those tag team titles. Shockingly, this would prove to be the final chapter in that reign. Jacobs found himself in the drop zone for the Swanton 450. Leon launched himself off the top turnbuckle, and Liam Slater, having learned from what he saw the previous week in Sheffield, knew to hold on to the legs of Luke Jacobs. That allowed Leon to nail the Swanton 450 and to end the historic tag team title reign of the Young Guns. Ethan Allen and Luke Jacobs left heartbroken as the Slater Dojo becoming the new holders of the undisputed British Tag Team Championships. And so to the most unpredictable match of the year, the 30-person Revolution Rumble. The order of entry determined at random, although the first entrant in the match might dispute that. TK Cooper. His first opponent, number 2, the man whose spot he took in the Rumble the previous year, Leland Bryant. Cooper was able to dispatch Bryant. The next two entrants, though, were Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster from Subculture. They had the numbers advantage against Cooper until number 5, Will Caven, entered the match. Next in, a man man who had unfinished business against Cooper from last year's Rumble, Trent Seven. In the coming minutes, Mark True and Kieran Lacey join in the battle. Reinforcements there for Will Caven, and Guido Biriani also joining the fray. A series of potential favourites joining the match next. Driller Maloney, Connor Mills, Tom Felwell, RKJ, all joining the battle. And it really was a battle when it came to RKJ and Maloney. Fought all around the building. Kelly Six and David Francisco of the New Sons of Southampton joined the match. Kanji became the first woman ever to enter the Revolution Rumble, followed shortly by Rio, who, it turned out, still had ill will towards Kanji after their match in Cardiff a few weeks earlier. Rio eliminated Kanji to the shock of the Doncaster crowd. HMD and Liam Slater of the Slater Dojo joined the battle, as did contender Chicago Desai, CPF's Danny Black, and last year's winner, the East End Butcher Shah Samuels, soon renewing hostilities with the Bryant brothers as Zander entered. Maverick Mayhew and Kuro joining the battle, and then Michael Oku at number 26. Nino Bryant joined the fight, as did the undisputed British heavyweight champion Jay Joshua, seeing action for the second time in the evening. But there was also strength in numbers for the Slater Dojo, as Cameron Kai and Leon Slater, numbers 29 and 30, rounding off the field in this year's Rumble. And so when the dust settled and the smoke cleared, there were 6 men left in the contest. It was Liam Slater, Leon Slater, and Cameron Kai from the Slater Dojo, plus Michael Oku, Connor Mills, and the undisputed British heavyweight champion, Jay Joshua. Kai ended up doing battle with Oku against the ropes. Liam Slater tried to sneak up on them, apparently willing to sacrifice Kai to eliminate Oku, but that plan backfired because Oku held on. Liam in the end only eliminating Kai. That sparked an argument within Slater Dojo, and so more chaos ensued, with Liam Slater about to be taken out. Slater grabbed onto the arm of Leon to try and save himself, but ended up eliminating both of them. Leon Slater and Cameron Kai clearly furious at Liam Slater for the manner in which all 3 of them ended up being taken out of the match. That left Oku, Mills, and Joshua. And no surprise, Mills and Joshua combined to beat down Oku, but then the tensions that have been simmering between Mills and Joshua for the past week exploded into life. Unfortunately for them, though, that battle caused an opening for Michael Oku. Oku grabbing a steel chair from ringside and using it to ensure that Jay Joshua would be eliminated. But it was Mills who was able to knock Oku down. Oku's feet hit the floor. Connor Mills, the winner of the 2026 Revolution Rumble, his own tag team partner, Jay Joshua. The 2 men celebrated together as a furious Michael Oku lingered in the shadows, and the card for RevPro's biggest ever event starting to really take shape. But there will be more twists and turns along the way. You can count on that. We hope you will join us. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been your RevPro Recap.